As long as people have been making pop music, they've also been writing breakup songs. In fact, Getting Dumped has been the inspiration for some of the most iconic music of all time, from Fleetwood Mac's Rumours to Bon Iver's Forever, Forever Ago. In this video, I want to take a look at what I think is one of the best breakup songs of the last decade. Vampire Weekend's Hannah Hunt, from their third album Modern Vampires of the City. Specifically, I want to focus on how Vampire Weekend use wordplay to make Hannah Hunt simultaneously deeply personal, but still relatable.
You know, we're different in that regard that when I talk about relationships or something in songs, it's usually very shrouded with metaphors and references. So I'll admit that it's not exactly my style and it can make me feel a little bit uncomfortable at times. But
That's Ezra Koenig, Vampire Weekend's lead singer, talking about Hannah Hunt. He completed the song in 2013 after his breakup with his then girlfriend, with whom he'd been living in New York. The band has said that Hannah Hunt is a kind of spiritual sequel to their song Run from their 2010 album Contra, which describes a couple running away together. Hannah Hunt seems to be a continuation of the story of that relationship. In Ezra's own words, Hannah Hunt is about two people enjoying their youth, but maybe there's the first seeds of discontent popping up. The song literally describes these two people going on a cross-country journey, at the end of which they seem to break up. But the lyrics are far from straightforward. Instead, they're filled with metaphors and allusions. For example, in the song's very first verse, Ezra describes traveling from the city of Providence, Rhode Island to Phoenix, Arizona. But it doesn't seem like the band chose these names randomly. As Ezra says, we always like to have very specific words in our songs, and the words used here have a lot of symbolic meaning. Providence refers to being protected by God, and Phoenix is associated with death and rebirth. As a result, a lot of critics have suggested that Providence here could mean the carefree but naive early stages of a relationship, while Phoenix could be a reference to that relationship ending and Ezra moving forward. The next lyric, which always stands out to me, is the reference to counting seconds and watching hours. Here, it probably refers to Ezra's anxiety about time running out. This is a theme he explores all over Modern Vampires of the City. In the context of Hannah Hunt, it seems that time is running out on this relationship. We see this in more detail in the final verse, in which Ezra says that the couple has reached the coastal city of Santa Barbara, where they seem to have some kind of fight. Again, choosing Santa Barbara here isn't random. Santa Barbara is the setting for a scene in The Great Gatsby, a book which Ezra has mentioned several times. In the scene, a couple has a major argument on Santa Barbara Beach. At this point in the song, Ezra goes to buy kindling to start a fire. In other words, he's trying to rekindle the relationship, while Hannah tears the New York Times up into pieces. This is a genius lyric. On the one hand, it could mean that Hannah literally ripped the New York Times newspaper into shreds to use as kindling to make a fire. But at the same time, what Ezra's saying is that she's destroyed the times they shared together in New York over the course of their relationship. So far, I've focused on the lyrics, but it's at this point in the song that the music itself does a total 180. Up until this point, the track has mostly just been a few chords played on piano, along with a simple melody. But at the 2-minute 40 seconds mark, drums come in, and a new piano riff takes over, along with synths and guitars, and Ezra suddenly gives this really passionate vocal performance. It's the climax of the song, representing the point in their relationship where Ezra realizes there's no going back and they have to break up. After this crescendo, Ezra's voice returns to normal, and the music becomes minimalist and peaceful again, almost like a weight has been lifted from his shoulders. So, in other words, Hannah Hunt takes us on a journey, literally from Providence to Phoenix and Waverly to Lincoln, but also from the beginning to the end of a relationship. To achieve this, almost every lyric in the song has multiple meanings, which allows this incredibly personal story to be understood by just about anyone. It's no surprise that Pitchfork placed Hannah Hunt at number 26 on their list of the best songs of the decade, and Rolling Stone ranked it as one of the best songs of the century. For me, it ranks up there with classic breakup songs like Bob Dylan's Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. So, next time you get dumped, put on your headphones and listen to Hannah Hunt. And maybe for a second or two, you won't feel so alone. Thanks for watching, guys, and indulging my nerdy obsessions. Let me know your thoughts on the song in the comments. As always, this is just my interpretation, and I'm keen to hear yours. and let me know what things you'd like me to analyze in future. Cool. Cheers.